Welcome to FSA week 3, the last week of their videos, and I'm going to begin with question 1. An expression is shown. What is the value of the expression? So this is pretty straightforward. This is 3/5 divided by 5/8. So whenever you see division of fractions, it is just a simple keep, change, flip. So we are going to keep, whoops, what happened there? We're going to keep that 3/5, change the division to multiplication, and then flip your fraction. All right. So we have 3 times 8, which is 24, 5 times 5, which is 25. That's as simple as it can get. All right, so the next one looks a little bit different. So I know that we haven't had too much time practicing plotting points, but I did put 2 videos in the formative that show you how to plot points because it's pretty similar or pretty simple. So he is making a map, and this is called a coordinate plane. That's where the words come from. So he's going to plot these points, right? So his home is at the origin. So that's right here. So I'm going to put H. That's his home. All right. The school is 4, 5. So you always begin at the origin. That 4 is your x value, and this is your y value. So x comes first. So 4, you go 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it's positive 5 on the y value, which means I'm going up. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this is the school. I'm going to put an S. The zoo is at -3, 2. So start here. -3 tells me I'm going to the left. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to put a nice little, oops, I'm sorry, I didn't do 2. Sorry, beginning of the origin, -3, 2. So it's -1, 2, 3, and then up 2 because it's a positive 2. 1, 2, and I'm going to put right here. This is the zoo. The park is -4, -4. So begin at the origin. -4 is to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then another -4 means I go down. 1, 2, 3, 4. So here, this is the park. And the grocery store is 4, -1. So I'm going to start here, go to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to plot -1, down 1. Okay. And so that's the grocery store. Plot the locations. If each unit plane represents 750 feet, what is the distance from the school, which is S, to the grocery store, which is G? Okay, so each one of these is 750 feet, each little square. So I'm going to go ahead and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they are 6 units apart. And I told you that each one of those is 750 feet. So we just have to do 750 times 6. 6 times 0 is 0. 6 times 5 is 30. 6 times 7 is 42, plus 3 more is 45. So your answer would be 4,500. Now, as I'm doing this, I do want to apologize. I believe in the question I asked is the distance where I didn't include the 750 feet, and I think I meant to just ask you how many units away are these two, and it is just 6 units, so that would be your answer. So I am very sorry about that. Okay, let's do number 2. 3. So for number 3, we're plotting points again, and when we plot them, it's going to create a shape. So it's going to, once we plot them all, you'll easily be able to see what shape this is. So A is -3, -2. So let me go ahead and, so we have -3, which I'm always beginning at my origin. 1, 2, 3, because negatives are to the left. And then -2, which means I go down 2. 1, 2. So here is A. Let's do B. Begin at the origin again. -1 means I'm going to the left 1, to the left. And +2 means I'm going up 1, 2. Right here, here is B. Let's do C. Positive 4 means I'm going to the right 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And a positive 2 means I'm going up 2. 1, 2. And here is C. And then D. Positive 2 means I go to the right 2. And negative 2 means I go down 1, 2. So this is D. So I can easily see once I connect all these dots what shape this is. And this is a parallelogram. Okay, let me erase all this. Whoops, sorry. Until I was doing this earlier. All right, so we have question number 4. So we have a mixed number divided by a mixed number. So we of course do have we can't do mixed numbers, so we know how to do keep, change, flip with fractions. So let's go ahead and put them both into improper fractions. So we're going to do 10 times 8 plus 1, which is 81 over 10, divided by 5 times 4, which is 20, plus 1 more, which is 21 over 5. So now we have normal fractions. We can do this. So we have our keep, 81 over 10, our change to multiplication, and our flip. So this is going to turn into 5 over 21. So there is a way that we can simplify this before we multiply across, but I'm going to show you how to multiply across and then simplify, and then I'll show you the other way. You can simplify it early or before. So I'm going to go ahead and do 81 times 5. I do not know that off the top of my head. So we have 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 8 is 40. Oh, 405, my brain. And then 10 times 21 is, should be 210, but 1 times 0 is 0, 1, 0, 2. This should be 210, so sorry. So we have 210. So this is 210. Now, we are going to go ahead and simplify these later on. I'm going to show you like if you end up with a big fraction, and then I'll show you how you could have done it earlier. This, though, if anything ends in a 5 or a 10, I know that it can be divided by 5. I just happen to know that both of them can. Anything that ends in a 5 or a 0 can be divided by 5. So let's go ahead and simplify it that way. So we have 5 into 405. 5 goes into 40 8 times, and that is 40. Bring down the 5. 5 goes into, 5 goes into 5 one time. Oof, I had a minute there. Okay, and so this is going to be 81. And then 210 divided by 5. 5 goes into 210. 5 goes into 21 4 times, and that is 20. Bring down the 1, bring down the 0. 5 goes into 10 2 times with no remainder. So our answer is 42. And then they want it to be, your FSA definitely wants an improper fraction, or if they don't, we have a mixed number. So we have to figure out how many times does 42 go into 81, and then go ahead and go that way. Actually, I'm looking at this, and I actually think I can simplify this even further. I believe they're both divisible by 3. Yeah, they are. Fun fact, if your numbers add together to be divisible by 3, then like 8 plus 1 is 9, and 3 goes into 9, so that's divisible by 3. 4 plus 2 is 6, so 3 can go into 6, so yeah. All right, so let's divide them both by 3. So 3 into 81. 3 goes into 8 2 times. 6. 3 goes into 21 7 times, which is 21. Ooh, it did go in evenly. So 81 is going to turn into 27 over, let's do 42. 3 into 42. And I'm going to show you how I could have done this earlier. how you can do this ahead of time too. 3 goes into 4 one time, which is 3. Bring down the 12. 3 goes into 12 4 times, which is 12. So 27 over 14 is, I think, the simplest it can go. Okay. So if you have a bubble number, you want to leave it that way. If you want to answer your question, it would go in one time with 13 left over. Now, do you see how I simplified it by the 5 and the 3? Let me show you how you could have done that from the beginning. So I'm going to erase all of this. Like, let's say before you even begin multiplying, you can do something called cross simplifying. So you simplify the numbers before you even begin to multiply. It's kind of cool. So you look at crosses. So let's look at 10 and 5. If there is a number that goes into both of those, I can simplify the crosses. So I do know 5 goes into both of them. So if I divide them both by 5, this is going to change to a 1. This is going to change to a 2. Now I'm going to cross simplify this. So I do know that 3 happens to go into both of those. We just did 3 into 81, and that'll turn into 27. And I know that 3 goes into 21 7 times, so that's going to change to a 7. Now look at this. Now we can just multiply across with our new numbers. 27 times 1 is 27. 2 times 7 is 14. We still end up with 27 over 14, which is 1 and 13 14ths, which is kind of cool. So you can either simplify early or you can simplify at the end. It doesn't really matter. I kind of like to cross simplify first. I think it's a little bit more simple, but if your numbers don't align, then it can get a little messy. All right, I think we have one more for this video. This is pretty simple. It's just a number and a divide. It's just a plain division problem. So we're going to go 81 into 300 for 34,992. All right. So 81 doesn't go into 3, doesn't go into 4. It definitely goes into 349, but how many times? I don't know. So let's go ahead. Let's just try 81 times 4. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 times 8 is 32. That'll fit. So it goes in 4 times, and my total is 324. 9 minus 4 is 5. 2, and then there's nothing here. Now I'm going to bring down the 9. 81 into 259. So I know it's not 4 times, but it might be a little bit less than that. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 8 is 24. That'll fit. So 3 times, and then we have 243. 9 minus 3 is 6. 5 minus 4 is 1, and there's nothing to bring down. Bring down that 2. I happen to know that 81 goes into 162 2 times. I do know that's exactly 162. And we have 0 remainder. So 432 would be your answer.